Welcome to my late night thoughts, and today's topic is a little bit of my reintroduction, plus a little bit on this channel itself, why did I started it, and finally, what am I going to do for the future. So the reason why I'm doing this late night thoughts is because recently there's quite a lot of people who joined my channel, and I think I didn't address anybody for the last 1 year, so I thought I would share a little bit of my thoughts, especially for this channel itself. Now, I'm Richard, and this is ZP Productions, of course. I've been doing portrait photography for the last 15 years, and this YouTube channel has been with me for quite some time. But only in the last, I think, 2 years did I start using it for reviews and photography purposes itself. Now, I'm not a professional photographer per se, means I don't generate bulk of my income from photography. I do help my wife for commission work, for her studio itself. But if not, I do have shoots with a lot of my friends, if not people who needs photos, and then they repay me accordingly. So that said, I did about 1,000 photo shoots in the last 15 years, and I use a variety of cameras. By the way, I didn't start off from film. I started off from the early days of digital photography, which is something like the 300D, which I remember takes about, I believe, 4 seconds to even have a play. I used my money then, my own saved money, to purchase a camera. It was, remember, quite cheap, about $500 or $600 with a kit lens. And that was, I think, 15 years ago. So of course, since then I've used a lot of cameras, and part of loving photography, I also love using cameras and talking about them. So I'm very geeky when it comes to such stuff, and I really enjoy talking about the technologies within the cameras themselves. Which leads on to why I started this channel. This channel is actually a platform for me to share my photography thoughts and my geekiness in all the technologies in photography itself. Just to note, photography is not getting lesser in any ways. In fact, photography is growing. It's just that most of us are doing it with our smartphones rather than cameras. And the cameras now are relatively more niche. They are really just there to serve a certain type of audience that requires the additional quality. So, photography is not dying anyway. It's just moving into different mediums and specializing. So I really love the technologies within photography itself. So recently I did a video on computational photography, but if not, there are so many new technologies within a modern digital camera, since things like subject tracking, all the AI functions, such advanced stuff, and I really like to discuss it with others. And that's once again how I started this channel. I just want to talk about my camera, my thoughts, my personal reviews of equipments. Now, 80% of the equipment on this channel is purchased by me. I purchase them because I want to review them. If not, I want to keep them to review other stuff, like especially for cameras itself. And about 20% are probably borrowed from either retailers or, if not, rental houses and what's not. And maybe once a year, somebody will give me something to try out. But it's very rare. It rarely even happens at all. So that said, I have used a lot of equipment in my time doing photography. As I said, I started 15 years ago buying the first 300D. And when I started this channel, I purchased even more equipment because I want to expose myself to different brands. So I understand why people like certain brands and why certain brands are good for certain things. So it's just me learning why other things are better than, this brand A is better than brand B because of certain functions. And I'm the type that really wants to know the ins and outs of those technologies. So I'm the lucky few that purchased quite a number of flagship cameras to review them. And as such, I try to give my opinions from my point of view, which is, as a portrait photographer, is camera A better than camera B? Is camera B better than camera A? What's good about them? I try to share with you my thoughts. I think that in this YouTube, or I say reviewer space, I did notice that a lot of photographers, or should I say a lot of channels, are biased to certain brands. So I try not to be biased to certain brands, so I try out all the different brands to give my honest opinions on them. And because I own those cameras, I think it's fair to say that I have the right to say whatever I feel about them because I paid my hard-earned money for it. And as a user of multiple systems, I know what each system is good at for the purpose of my job, which is a portrait photographer. If you are not a portrait photographer, it probably doesn't apply to you maybe as much, or maybe you shoot differently, so it may have a different, you may have a different opinion on stuff. That said, if you have questions on different brands, I can probably answer it. And that's really why I want to start this channel. I want discussion. And if you have seen the video till now so far, I hope you have placed a comment below so that I can have a discussion with you too. Now, that being said, reviewing all the different brands, enjoying them, and then giving my opinions. But, reviews take time and effort. And I think recently you will notice I tend to emphasize that I review from the portrait photographer point of view, because this channel is not a job to me. It is my pastime and a way to share my love for photography and equipment. So I can only do that much, and that is to review from a portrait photographer's point of view. And I'm not the kind that like to just do one day review and call it a day. I like to bring my camera out for maybe 4 or 5 photo shoots where I need to deliver proper photos. There is pressure to it, and then give you my real world honest opinion on them, what works and what doesn't. As such, I don't cover every single thing in the camera. I just cover what really affects me. So if you have things beyond it, I would say that you probably is better off served by other people, but I can give you my initial opinions on them, because normally I do try them out for the purpose of completing the review itself. But if you are really asking specifically to portraiture, I probably can give you a relatively good answer for it. Now, that said, what is the future of this channel? Now, in addition to doing more reviews, recently you noticed that I review many full frames. I want to review more into micro four thirds and APS-C, which is mainly the X mount and the OM, probably micro four thirds Olympus OM1. I probably won't touch the Panasonic system because I don't quite like the way they do autofocus. For me, if I don't quite like something, it's best I don't review it. I think there will definitely be biases to it, firstly. And secondly, as I said, my photo shoots that I do for the purpose of these reviews are things that I still need to deliver, and I don't want to not be able to deliver because I'm unhappy, or if not, the equipment don't work the way I want it to. So I try not to review things that I have no confidence in. That's really my thoughts. And that is pretty much why most of the time I give positive reviews, because I tend not to review things that I have no confidence in. So I'll probably purchase an OM1 and of course the XH2 in the future to review them. Now, why I didn't review any of them so far, firstly is of course time. I only got that much time to review so much things. And secondly is I'm not too comfortable with the cameras, especially the current micro four thirds sensors and the APS-Cs. The APS-Cs wise, the X mount has nice lenses, but I just am not too ready to review their cameras. I feel that they probably need to up their autofocus game a little bit, up their general handling of, I think, image quality a little bit more before I go in-depth into them. Similarly, for the micro four thirds, both the AF and image quality, I just feel that for the price you are paying, I don't feel too comfortable to say that they are great. That's how I put it for now. Now, but going forward, I think the OM1 had a very good position so far. At least when I see all the reviews, seems to put them in good light. So I will try it out, at least give them a chance. And then the XH2 too in the future. I have a few X series lenses, the XF200, the XF1655, still sitting in my dry cabinet. I need to take them out and use one day. Okay. But that is the plan for reviews. In addition to doing more reviews and of course doing APS-Cs and micro four thirds reviews, I'll probably venture into a new segment in my channel, which is a more technology-driven sector. What happened is that recently I did a video on computational photography. I think it was very fun to do. I'll probably do more like user experience, stack sensor, autofocus mechanism, autofocus motor in lenses, optical glasses, and various other things. So this will be a learning experience for me because I have to gather material for those things to understand a little bit more on those stuff. But also, I hope that I can generate conversations, because I did notice that a lot of flagships have certain technologies in them that is not available in their cheaper cameras or more affordable cameras, if I put it that way. And a lot of people don't know why they are not included, or why is the flagship more expensive. And I hope that by doing a more thorough technology study on the things available in the camera, I can come out with certain, I would say, as thoughts on why a flagship is of course more expensive and why certain cameras work better in certain ways. These are things that I just want to explore for this particular year. Now, if you have followed me so far, thank you for your time. And if you like my stuff, of course, continue supporting me. I'll probably do a lot more things in the future. Of course, given the time available that is. But that said, I'm going to run this channel definitely for a few more years, and you won't be disappointed to the content I make as long as you like my current content. Now, if you don't like my current content, then I'm also open to opinions on how to improve them, and I probably can see how I can include your feedback into my future videos. And that's about it for today. A very short one, just me talking about myself, my channel, and what I'm going to do in the future. But if you have any suggestions, put down in the comments again. As I said, I like a good discussions, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.